today, doing $20 a day in Vietnam. And in one of the most expensive cities here to do. Yeah, $20 a day equals about 360,000 dong. We've already spent about 140,000 on the hostel, which is $8. So that leaves me with exactly 220,000 dong. It really shouldn't be too hard to make that work. Even though Hanoi is one of the more expensive cities in Vietnam, Vietnam is incredibly cheap. Right now we're gonna look for a bowl of bun ok for breakfast, which is a snail noodle soup. I've never tried it. We're stoked. You have bun ok? This is bun ok. I've been looking for it for a while and I haven't really seen it much in Vietnam. And then we got here and in the old quarter, I've seen like 20 places, so time to try it. Big old meatballs. And I think these are just big effing snails. I don't know if I've ever really had snail. Definitely not like this. Wow, this looks very interesting. Slimy. As you imagine, very slimy. Doesn't really taste like anything. Sometimes I wonder why eat things like this when it doesn't taste like anything. There's another guy. Okay, this part, that meatier, actually has a bit of a bite to it, which is nice. The other one I had was just like sucking up like a wet saran wrap. Just like wet, and like if you could imagine this all over the place there. Oh, but then there's some small ones in here. This is kind of what I really wanted, was the small ones. The soup itself is very much like a bun bo hui type broth. Salty, a little bit sweeter, a little bit sour. Tomato in it. It's really nice. The little snails in here, unreal. Super delicious, nice texture, fun little thing to pop in your mouth. The big snails can take a fucking hike. Alright, that was brekkie. Set me back 50K, so now I'm down to 175,000 Vietnamese dong left. As far as like how expensive that is, it's about $3 Canadian. Yeah, it's not the cheapest you could get. You could get a banh mi around here for 20K. You could get bowls of pho for around 30K, 35K. But I really wanted to try something new. Could also just be that place. Yeah, I should address that. I'm using Canadian currency because I'm Canadian. Canadian 20 bucks. So yeah, this is Hanoi's old quarter, which is extremely beautiful, but also extremely busy. As far as I know, if you're traveling here, you're probably gonna end up staying here. This is where a lot of the hostels and hotels are located. There's a lot of tourist shit around here, and a lot of tourists, but there's also a lot of locals and a lot of local stuff, so it's actually a pretty good mix as far as getting everything you need, everything you want. Something you learn right away in anywhere in Vietnam is that sidewalks are for street food, parking scooters, and the streets are for walking. Okay, I'm looking for a coffee next. I'm gonna look for my favorite coffee, which is Cafe Mui, salt coffee, for around 35K hopefully. Of course, right when I'm looking for it, can't find a single coffee place. always just a bunch of dudes here, any time of day. 8 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, doesn't matter. Having beers on the corner, every single day. It's pretty dope. Okay, I'm having no luck finding a decent, cheap coffee, or really any coffee right now for that matter, so. Okay, I'm gonna book a motorbike taxi and get the hell out of Dodge for a bit. I'm just gonna pick some random point in the city on the map and go there and see if I can find some coffee for a little cheaper, or maybe lunch. These grab bikes are incredible. You gotta get the app. You have to have a phone number to get the app, so maybe get it before you come to Vietnam. And it's dirt cheap to get around. Like, I'm talking 30-minute drives sometimes for $1.50. Yeah, I actually have no idea how long the drive I just booked is, and I have no idea where I'm going, but I just picked a spot on the map. Go explore a new area. Why not? It's cheap, 38K. It's not so bad. It eats into what I have left quite a bit, but if anything, I could just take public transport on the way back. It's like so cheap, 5K, so. Honestly, it's one of the best ways to see the city, in my opinion. You just like pick some random point on the map that you think looks cool, pay like $2, $2.50, go on a really nice drive. You're going through all the small alleyways and stuff. Nothing like it. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, that grab actually cost me a lot less than I thought it was going to. Only 28K, which is $1.50 Canadian. So I'm in the middle of nowhere now, but I'm just gonna walk around, try to find a coffee. Knowing Vietnam shouldn't be too hard, but yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go this way. Oh. I'm gonna go this way. Check out this guy, napping. Found a spot with good priced coffee. Been walking around forever. But in this back alley in this random neighborhood, cheap coffee. We got it. Thank you. Mix it all up and bam. Sexy salt coffee, baby. Okay, 20K Cafe Mui. Leaves us with 121,000 dong left. It's not so bad. It's excellent coffee. And actually, that's a really, really good price for this coffee too. Everywhere else I was looking, it was double the price, so. Weirdly hard to find one of these little coffee stands though. Usually they're everywhere. And I walked around for like an hour and didn't find one. So crushable though. Like you can just pound these back in 2 sips if you wanted to. And I do. I do. 20K for this coffee equals about $1.20 Canadian. Probably the best coffee you can ever get for $1. So I'm definitely in the right area now, because in the last 5 minutes I walked by like 5 super cheap, amazing looking cafes. So you just gotta get out of the tourist area. Just about a month ago, the government introduced a bunch of new traffic laws into the country. And they're insanely strict. So now if you don't stop at a red light, you can be ticketed up to $1,000 USD. That's an incredibly huge amount of money for people here. When the average minimum wage in a city like this is about $1 Canadian, not even USD. So people have really, really started following these laws like crazy. Like overnight change, people stopped running red lights. Also, they have, if you capture someone breaking a traffic law on your phone and send it to the police, you can get paid a fraction of the fine. So if you're a little snitch, you can make some pretty good money. But it's effective, it worked. The other laws included driving with a helmet, or driving without a helmet, I guess, and driving on sidewalks. Back in the day, driving on sidewalks was a very normal thing. It's like, oh shit, there's a lot of traffic. People just open up the sidewalk and rip down them. which is honestly surprising to me because there's barely any room to walk on the sidewalk, so I don't know how you're driving down it, but I'm gonna cross this road, try not to die. That's the idea. Actually, that was really chill. Okay, when in Hanoi, you have to get some bún cha, and just walking around this area. Just popped out of a little back alley and some bún cha right here. So I'm gonna sit down, grab a bite, grab some lunch. Good bun cha. Honestly, best I've had. This is unreal. Wow. I've had it in a couple other cities, but I think this is a distinctly Hanoi dish from this region. It's obviously going to be the best from the source, man. I didn't think it could be this much better though. It's insane. These ladies are so nice. Actually, everyone around here is so nice. Usually some white guy comes around, he's filming you eating and stuff. You might be kind of like, you know, get out of my face. Everyone here is super nice. They don't mind at all. I asked, hey, can I film? They were like, of course, of course. These are the absolute money maker. And then you get a couple different types of pork in here. And then it's just this delicious broth. You dip your noodles in there, send them home. Oh man, this is really, really good bún cha. I could potentially get tourist taxed pretty hard here because there's no price, which normally doesn't matter too much, but on a day like today where I'm trying to do 20 bucks, I'm hoping it's pretty cheap. I've been in a couple places where I see the locals pay like 20,000, and then the guy just looks at me, kind of considers it, he's like, 50. And you're like, fuck. Way she goes though. Good people, so they deserve it. Nong, so good, so good. You know, it can be incredibly easy to save money in Vietnam, especially if you just want to like stay in your hostel all day and eat from a 7-Eleven, just junk food. But you don't want to do that. I mean, some days you might, but that's not the way to travel a country. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to be trying to save money to the point that you're not even traveling, you know? There's so many ways to do cheap things in a country. Like if you just go plop yourself in the middle of some place, you'll spend the entire day just walking around exploring, and you're not going to be spending very much money. And you're going to have a great time, you know? Traveling cheaply is an incredible way to travel. It makes you get creative and explore different areas that you wouldn't. It makes you step out of your comfort zone, try things that you might be scared to try. You know, it'd be extremely easy to just eat touristy food every day. But to be honest, those places are the places you usually get food poisoning from. You know, a little spot on the side of the road like this might be scary to you, but if you look around and a bunch of people are eating from it, it's gonna be okay most of the time. Otherwise, nobody would be eating from here. So cool too, the atmosphere, you know? You're sat right in the middle of it all. There's so much to see. I'm literally watching a lady hack up a pig right over there. Right across the road. Okay. How much?
In Vietnam không?
35, okay. This one?
Hơi già lạ.
Oh. Okay.
Già lạ.
How much, do you have, da? Cold? Come on. Get a water as well. Okay, come on. Thank you so much, come on. That was amazing. This is your classic Safeway here in Vietnam. All your veggies right here on the side, and then all your pork right there, all fresh. ready to go. People are just rolling up left and right now to pick up some fresh pork. Straight chopped up by these two right here. Doesn't get fresher than that, baby. There's no doubt that this bag of intestines is gonna get used. And that is incredible. Okay, well, I was totally wrong. They didn't tourist tax me at all. The boon cha came to 35,000, which is exactly $2 Canadian. And then I snagged a little cold water from them for 8K. Came to 42,000, which is $250. And that leaves me with 79,000 dong left. So it's pretty crazy. Plenty more than enough money to get a little dessert, get dinner, and probably get a grab ride back to my hostel. Okay, I'm seeing some coconuts for 15K, which again is half the price of the area that my hostel's in. I'm gonna have to grab one. $1 coconut. Hello, Sinjao. One. Come on. Come on. Come on. Holy, buddy's got eggs. Buddy's got absolute eggs out here. Unreal. Coconut for under $1. It's 15K. Bringing us down to 64K left. So it's gonna be a little tight. I think I might have to look in a little public transit to get back to my hostel. Because if I do public transit, it's about 6,000 usually. And then I'll definitely have enough for dinner in that area, so yeah. There's really nothing like a fresh coconut when you're just walking all day. Just gives you that little bit of oomph to keep going, you know? A little oomph. A little bit of electrolytes, nice and sweet. Totally fucking organic, bro. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. These little alleys are really my favorite part of these Asian cities. They just really capture like the denseness of very highly populated cities and how things are very crammed together. You know, these buildings are only like maybe a foot or a couple feet apart in a lot of areas. They feel like their own little worlds in and of themselves. So they've got everything you need. You can find food, convenience stores, shoes, and everything. People are living down here, and it's just so cool and so unique to this part of the world. And then boom, you walk out of this little alley, and you're on like a main busy street. And there's so many of these alleys everywhere, like every block. It's endless. You could explore forever. You'd never see it all. I've heard a lot of people talk ish on Hanoi about the people being really, really rude. And I'm happy to say that that is not the case. People here are extremely nice, like anywhere in Vietnam. Pretty much everyone I've smiled to, or waved to, or said hello to, has immediately smiled back and said hello. Hello, Sinjao. Yeah, people here are extremely nice. Maybe just in that touristy old quarter, I think people kind of see you more as a tourist, a paycheck. They don't really give a shit about you. And that's totally fair, because they see so many people, whatever. It's like that anywhere in the world. But if you get out of there, the people are extremely nice. Everyone, I'm walking by just now, 3 guys were just like, hello. I turn, I'm like, Sinjao, hello. They're smiling, and I continue on my way. That's happening the whole time I'm walking, so. across a park. There's a couple dudes playing this really cool game where you kick this like thing around. I don't even fucking know how to explain it, but it's really cool. You see it a lot in Asia. I've never seen them play it over a net though, so it was really cool. So I started filming them and I was a little worried. I was like, I don't want to be like intruding on them, like having a good time, sitting there just like filming them with my camera. So I tried to be chill. I said what's up and stuff, and they were like, hey, and they just continued doing their thing. And then I took a slow-mo shot of the guy doing a spike down with his foot, and I showed them all, and they were fucking lit up. They were stoked, man. So it's really cool. People here are great. Yeah, Hanoi is one of the most beautiful Southeast Asian cities that exists. Sadly, it's plagued a little bit by how bad the air quality is here. On any given day, it's like top 5 worst air quality in the world. It's just so dense, and every single person here has a scooter, and people would rather scooter down the block than walk. It's just millions of engines at once creating this plume of smog. Luckily, the government is trying to crack down on that, and they're trying to pump out a lot of EV vehicles. You see a lot of EV cars around here, and you're starting to see some electric scooters pop up as well, which is really sick. Once they change over all the scooters into electric scooters, I think it'll help a lot. On days like this with a lot of clouds, it just keeps all of that pollution in, and it just bubbles up. On days with like clear skies and some wind and stuff, it'll actually take a lot of it out of here, but it can get really bad when it's cloudy. And during special events or holidays, it can be worst air quality in the world, so it's too bad. It would make it really hard to live here, to be honest, because it's actually quite unhealthy to breathe this all the time. But if you're just visiting, it's not a big deal. But yeah, aside from the air quality, it is incredibly beautiful. You really get a taste for Vietnamese architecture here. The tall, skinny buildings are just so cool. They're everywhere. And they're so tightly packed and dense in this city. Here you still have so much of the old architecture that makes Vietnam so beautiful. Right here. Right here. Come on, mama. I think it's important to remember that walking around is the cheapest thing you can do, cheapest activity when you're traveling. And it's also kind of the most rewarding and kind of the most fun, so just get out, walk around. Also, a little travel hack is look up the tour, look up where they're going, and then just go to those places by yourself. That's what's up. Okay, I'm probably gonna walk around a little bit longer and then take a motorbike taxi grab back to the hostel and meet up with Michelle, and then go find dinner. Okay, I was really toying with the idea of taking public transit back to the hostel. Public transit is 6,000. Takes about 30 minutes. Taking a grab bike is 20,000. And it's way more fun. It would bring me down to 44,000 left. And I think it's worth it. We're getting a grab. It's nighttime in Hanoi. I got a shot of the moon to prove it. And I've got 44,000 dong left. So I think that's enough for me to go get a nice banh mi and a beer. Finish up the day. I was walking on the street earlier today getting back to the hostel and walked by this banh mi cart that just had like 15 people lined up next to it. They were all foreigners and I was like, what are they lining up for? Yeah, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be super expensive, but it's actually really cheap banh mi. It looks really good, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go try it. Got Michelle joining me for a little banh mi action. Okay, the banh mi was 30K, so I have 14,000 dong left. While we're waiting, I'm gonna go spend that on one last thing. I actually really hope it's enough, because usually they're like 15K, and now I've got 14. I'm actually not seeing any of the green label one in there. That's supposed to be on sale for 14K. Oh, might have to do something I'm really not proud of here. And, beg for 1,000. I hate to do this. Is there any way you have 1,000 dong on you? 1,000?
1,000?
Yeah, I'm 1,000 short. There's like a 14K beer in there, but they're sold out. And I'm like, oh man. Oh dude, thank you so much. Oh here, take one, take one. Are you sure? Okay, thanks man. Thanks man. That was embarrassing. Hello. Thank you so much. No thanks. Come in. I had to beg.
What?
Yeah, I was 1,000 short and I had to beg. Oh. Oh. What the fuck? The whole pig started coming out. Go back in there. Quick little shout out to our Patrons. Appreciate you. This beer's for you and me. That's it. That's 20 bucks in one day. That was the last dong I had. I guess I kind of cheesed it by having to beg for a dong there. That nice man in the Circle K gave me his dong, and I really appreciate it.
Not the first time he's begged for some dong.
That's the truth. And I won't shy away from that. Sometimes actually, when it's late at night, we've been drinking, and you know, I don't have any money. Michelle sometimes gives me her dong for a little snack or a little beer or something. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Canadian. Woo! Yeah, a day like today is really not unlike most of our days. It's really easy to spend only $20 in a day. I think it's worth mentioning as well, our $8 hostel actually comes with a really good free breakfast, but I just decided to not get that for the video because I thought it was kind of cheap. This video is probably the last video in Vietnam, which is sad. It's a little bit of a sayonara. Headed to Laos, a couple days here. So that'll be cool, but man, this country is something else. To Vietnam.